All right, if you take away anything from this video, it's this. Those who burn books today will historically be burning bodies tomorrow. Censorship is to society what cancer is to the body. It's malignant. It cuts off dissenting voices, which could or could not be correct. But the bottom line is people are discouraged through censorship from exercising critical thinking. I want to take a look at this. This is from the Red State. They are decidedly pro left versus right paradigm, but what they said is true. It checks out. It's YouTube deletes video of California doctors who argued for lifting CV-19 restrictions. I did a video on this and I called these guys controlled opposition, and I gave my reasons for it and their logic-based reasons. If anybody disagrees with my assessment of what these doctors brought forward, leave your logic-based disagreement in the comment section below. But I don't want to see these guys censored. I don't want to see them silenced, just like I don't want to see CNN silenced or MSLSD or Faux News or the Young Turks. I'm decidedly against these people, but I don't call for their censorship because their error and their evil and their wrongness are highlighted by truth. Truth fears no scrutiny, and truth will cast these people down by using logic and reason and facts. You don't need a mommy and daddy government forcing you not to see something. You don't need a mommy and daddy Silicon Valley giant at your doorstep telling the internet postman not to bring certain pieces of mail to your house because it might influence you in the wrong way. I'm just going to read a little bit of this. Apparently, they took these doctors' videos down off of YouTube. Well, it seems that it's not just the corporate press who's attempting to convince America to live under endless CV-19 shutdown orders. Yep, that's true. That's true. We are forced to live under CV-19 shutdown orders and abdicate our rights. Social media companies have also gotten into the act, silencing those who question the wisdom of indefinite CV virus restrictions that have threatened the freedom of many. Most recently, YouTube deleted a video in which two doctors, that's these guys right here, argued that states should begin reopening their economies. On April 22nd, 23 ABC News published a report in which accelerated urgent care doctors Dan Erickson and RN, I think it's Masahi, discussed the Wuhan virus and how the U.S. should reopen the economy. The two doctors indicated that states should begin to restart commerce while taking precautions to prevent a resurgence of the disease, which is complete hypocrisy after they made the case that this so-called CV-19 virus is not even close to being as deadly as the regular influenza virus. Today, 23 ABC News' Veronica Morley reported that YouTube had deleted the video. 23 ABC verified on our YouTube page that the first part of the press briefing is no longer available. We have submitted an appeal to YouTube, but have not heard back yet. The video went viral with over 5.46 million views. Dr. Erickson responded to YouTube censorship saying, anytime you push against the grain, you're going to have people who don't like it. They didn't exactly push against the grain. They were actually way more deceptive than the Anthony Fauci's of the world, and I demonstrate that in this video right here, and I will leave the link to this in the description and in the pinned comment so you can take a look at it. But I still don't want these guys censored. The facility at which the doctors work has performed over 5,000 CV virus tests. That's bad news. In the video, they stated that the death rate of the C virus is similar in prevalence to the flu. Doctors Erickson and Artin Masahi, who co-own Accelerated Urgent Care Facilities in Kern, said the death rate of the C virus is similar in prevalence to the flu. According to ABC 23, Erickson explained, if you study the numbers in 2017 and 2018, we had 50 to 60 million with the flu, and we had a similar death rate in the United States, where 43,545, similar to the flu of 2017 and 2018. We always have between 37,000 and 60,000 deaths in the United States every single year. No pandemic talk, no shelter in place, no shutting down businesses. During the press briefing, Dr. Erickson indicated that the nation no longer needs to live under stay-at-home orders. Quote, do we still need to shelter in place? Our answer is emphatically no. He insisted, do we need businesses to be shut down? Emphatically no. And here's the issue I took with them. Do we need to test them and get them back to work? Absolutely. They are for general testing before you can go back to work. That is an infringement on people's rights. We don't test for flu, as they point out. We don't shut down for flu, so we shouldn't test and shut down for CV-19. And that's the hypocrisy I point out in this video right here. Erickson continued, and this is another thing I took serious issue with in this video right here. If you're going to dance on someone's constitutional rights, you better have a good reason. You better have a really good reason. There is never and can be never a good reason to take away somebody's individual rights. Not constitutional rights, your natural rights as a human being. Your natural rights as a human being are inalienable. And no man could ever come up with a good reason, not a legitimately good reason, to take away your rights. Ever. These guys are wrong. And what they're vying for is antithetical to true liberty. And yet I still don't want them censored off the internet. Morley's report also included commentary from Dr. George Rutherford, who disagreed with Erickson and this other guy's assessment. What we're trying to do is prevent people from dying. That's what we're trying to do in the Bay Area. No, that's not what you're trying to do in the Bay Area. That's not what you're trying to do in the United States. That's not what you're trying to do in the world with CV-19. You're trying to control people, and you're using as a guise, as a mask. We want to keep you safe. But you're really trying to control them. That's what this is all about. When a politician or a law enforcer or somebody who says they're with the laws of politicians says that they want to keep you safe, what they're really telling you is we want to control you. Early projections were that there would be 44,000 deaths in the Bay Area. There have been 210 so far, so I think we're doing pretty damn good. And I certainly don't want to mess with that kind of success. And so they attribute the shelter in place, the wearing of masks, the social distancing with keeping the death rate low, which is absolute nonsense and unprovable. Despite the fact that the video shows both sides of the debate, YouTube still believed it was necessary to take it down. Social media companies like YouTube, which is owned by search engine giant Google, are led and staffed predominantly by leftists. Let's just call them people who hate individual rights. Now, like I said, Red State is decidedly pro left versus right paradigm lies, so you got to take everything they say with a grain of salt. These entities are already known for squelching voices, that's true, that don't fall in line with the progressive agenda. For the most part, that's absolutely 100% right. And this is just another example of how far the left is trying to ensure that the American people heeds their arguments. Of course, they're not admitting to pursuing a specific agenda. Instead, companies like YouTube and Facebook claim they're engaging in this censorious behavior because they want to make sure that the public isn't misinformed, which that's true. That's true. That's what YouTube says. But what they're actually doing through censorship is ensuring that the public is misinformed and underinformed. This says this censorship is part of an attempt to scare Americans enough to comply with ongoing restrictions on their freedoms. I agree with that. Nevertheless, states are beginning to reopen their economies despite the left's constant pearl clutching. Well, everybody's pearl clutching, including the right. The right, including these doctors right here, say we have to do testing before you can go back to work. We have to comply with Dr. Fauci. Dr. Fauci was brilliant in what he did initially. That's just utter BS. And even that's in the face of them making the claim that Dr. Fauci made the decision to tell Trump to shut the economy down with literally zero data. And yet these doctors right here said that what Dr. Fauci did initially was brilliant, and they, quote, would have done the same thing if they were in his position. In other words, they would have exacted tyranny on the land. If you want to see this for yourself, just check out this video. Like I said, I'll leave the link in the description below. Remember, censorship is to society what cancer is to the human body. Those who burn books today and shut down ideas and dissenting voices today will be burning bodies tomorrow. History shows this, and if we don't learn from history, we're doomed to repeat it. I'll see you guys in the next heavily censored shadow ban video.